Hey, thanks for joining me today. So, I wanted to take you through selling weight based products on Shopify. It's a little bit different. These kinds of industries, like agriculture, they have to weigh their products as they sell them. And so, the big problem was always the fact that you'd have to set a price on a product. For example, these $10 bananas for a kilo. If you know the reference, you know the reference. And so I wanted to take you through a better way to do it so that if the price changes, you're actually potentially not losing out a couple dollars each time if the weight is over, or you're not doing multiple transactions trying to adjust that value. So let me take you through that on how the buying experience works online and also how you actually go about modifying that price. So here, as I said, I have some bananas. I'm going to purchase a kilo. First thing you'll see here is there's a little kind of explainer here on the fact that we're going to take a deposit today and the balance payment will be charged on the final weight of the product once it's fulfilled. There's even a hover message here that kind of just goes into more detail that's also available. Once you add it to the cart, you'll be able to see that there's a checkout with deposit button. So here we can go to checkout and we can just charge a deposit. What this allows us to do is store the credit card on file so that we can make adjustments based on the actual full weight of that product. So the wording here is adjusted to make sure that people understand it's an estimated balance. Okay, so now we have an order and we can see here that we collected $2 at checkout and there's still a remaining balance of $8. What we can do now is weigh our product, make sure we get to, a kilo or, somewhere close. And then if that's different, if we can't get to the perfect number, what we can do is we can edit the order. With the order editing, you can add custom line items to adjust that fee. So let's say, it's 0.5 kilos extra fee. And there we would add another $5. We can, it's not a physical product, but it is taxable. Once we add that in, we can send the invoice to the customer directly from here. So that's a possibility. If we don't want to do that, we can actually update the order and we can add, we can charge the card. We can send an invoice from here. Or potentially if they're coming into the store and using point of sale, you can just take their payment there and this order will be closed out with that final balance. So these are just some ways to kind of navigate that system. If let's say we actually needed to discount the product because it came in under 1 kilo, we would, so instead of this fee, we would just update this back. And we can just edit the discount on the product itself. So we can just apply a discount on the product. Weight is 0.9 kilos, let's say. Once we do that, same kind of workflow to collect the remaining balance, and you can do that in multiple ways. And there you go. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Happy to, take anyone through this workflow or assist. I think it's really cool that agriculture businesses are coming to Shopify, and we do have a lot of different customers that are doing this. So it's really cool to see that we've kind of finally have a system to do it. Thanks for joining me today. And if you have any questions, please reach out.